Yeah, welcome back to Poker for Muppets. It's me, as always, it's Pluto Man, and this is part two of my last ever poker session on PokerStars. I'm guessing it's my last ever. Who knows? I could come back one day. Not gonna be for a while though, unless something dramatic happens. So I'm still alive in both of these tournaments. You can see there are five players left. I'm in third place at this final table. In real life, I've just taken a break. Now just back after 2 o'clock, and this all happened yesterday, and you can see five card draw. Still going along relatively nicely there too. Fifth place out of 23, long way to go there still. I think it's the top, is it 17 that get paid or something? Something like that. I think it's 17. So closing in on the money bubble there too. So let's see what eventuates. I have a badugi in the big blind, a pretty ropey one. Queen 10, 9, 2. And what does Bobby do? He just limps in, completes the small blind I've raised, and he just gets out of the way. Okay. Can't make people call. I just have to remember that. Can't make people call. And what do I decided to fold there. I actually could have raised on the button with a hand like that and maybe gone for a pat bluff. It's the sort of hand you could pat bluff with sometimes, not only on the button either. Some kind of high cards there. No straight draws or anything though, so it's not like you're giving up anything. Anyway, so 46,000 in the badugi. Third place. A big draw here. A couple of big stacks, bigger than me, and of course it's Kalamata. It's had a huge stack for a long time. It's even got bigger. So decided not to go very big on the on the button here. I haven't done such a good job of picking up bounties, unfortunately. I'll just take that one down. This hand is rubbish. Onto the five card draw table. Sixth place out of 21. I think we're going to see little bubble icons coming up again for the last time in my little poker career, because I think 20 is will be when the bubble things start appearing. 742 under the gun, plenty good enough to raise. Five-handed, more than enough. Even some eight draws you'd want to raise there. Maybe even some two-card draws occasionally, like this one on the button. See what happens here. Or I get re-raised, so I kind of feel I have to just fold there. Pair of sixes, easy fold. Nothing here in the cutoff. So now there's two, Yanibachi and Kalamata, both got similar stack sizes now. Really want to be targeting the win though here. Second place is a lot better than anything else. 7-2-1. Again, that's a pretty good hand to have here in this position. I'm not going to give this up. If Bobby decides to shove here, I'm going to call clearly. Draws more than good enough to call there. If he's got a pat hand, I'm going to have lots of equity nearly all the time. So aces on the button. 15,000 in chips, going along quite nicely, but I'm in seventh place now. I improved because I've now got aces up. Bet half the pot, see what Blitzer does. Just folds. Okay, 19,000 now. Too small pair here. Question is, what do I do? If someone raises, I don't have to face that dilemma, because I just bet. Now if he shoves, do I bet here? I don't, and if he shoves, I probably just have to fold. If he doesn't, and I take that one down too. So 21.5. Still five hand on the other table. I just think I had a skip straight there of Jack 9, 7, 5, 3. Let's open this up. 7, 4, 2. I get called. Let's see what happens. If I can hit here, if I can win this pot, I'm in business. I really am in business here, and kind of not far off the top two. See, Kalamata's actually dropped down a little bit. See what Yanibachi does. I just check it back, and I hope I can either improve here, hit a badugi, or something. Improve. I do improve. So I'm going to the mat with this one. I'm not. This is not. Um, and I just decide if if I don't have the best hand here, if he has a better hand, then so be it. Decide to raise. Don't go very big. Want him to stay in if I possibly can keep him in. He folds. I have 60 to 63,000. I'm in good shape now. Gosh. Folding. I could have raised, you know, but didn't have good side cards blocking some of my outs that I might want. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't. I decided to just draw two here. It's kind of interesting. Check. Do I check it back? He has queens up. Okay. I don't know why I drew two and not three. Well, just to, I suppose, disguise the strength of my hand a little bit, but most of the time I'm going to be drawing three there. Fold, pair of sevens, easy fold. Okay. Nothing here. Mm. 16,000 now. Down a little bit now. In the middle of the pack. 10th out of 19, 10th out of 18, 8th out of 18, changing by the second, but in the middle, whatever. Blind's going up yet again in a matter of seconds. Some bounties to be had though. I'm going to draw two here. 60,000, a lot of chips. No, I'm not going to draw at all there because he just comes and raises, and my hand's nowhere near good enough to call. And oh, that's a weird call anyway. And now the bubble has burst, and we're now in the money. Yippee! Have aces under the gun. Got to raise this up. Have a flush. Don't decide to get involved with it. Play silly buggers with that. Oasis Nick, what's he going to do? It's definitely maybe going to call. Okay, makes the call. And I'm hit a third ace. Isn't that just absolutely wonderful? It's peachy. Bet half the pot. And what does he do? Oh, it'd be interesting if he check raised, wouldn't it? If he didn't, just gets out of the way. Oof, look at this. I have an ace high flush, all those lovely spades. Look at them all, just all lined up there. Isn't it beautiful? And I just raise. Don't go very big. What does he do? Makes the call. So what do I decide to do here? Maybe, I decide to bet. I think I'm going to be betting all my pat hands here, unless I'm trying to do something like check raise or whatever. He draws one, so could have a flush draw himself, or a straight draw, in which case he's drawing dead. And he decides to raise, and God, he's got a weaker flush. Whoa, I don't think he should have been raising there. I mean, maybe, but I don't know about that raise. Whether he should just call. I think he probably should just call there. I think I would just call there, honestly, because I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Could he could I have folded it like the worst of my pat hands there maybe to his raise? Maybe. I don't know. I just don't know whether his hand was really strong enough to make the raise there. Um, it was clearly a value raise, obviously. So, but so I win that with just my pair of aces. So the thing is, about half your pat hands are straight. So it's clearly so he did have better than that. He had a 10 high flush, but it's only a little bit better than straight. There aren't that many flushes that are worse than a 10 high flush. So he's only beating just over half of all pat hands, which I think puts that into a call. So I've got three sixes here now on the button. So I want to only draw one here, I think. So I'm going to play this. Was Jordan to be folds, which is unfortunate. I could have. I saw that stack there and think both of those stacks, thinking, oh, I could have. Now look at this one. I have to have a straight. I'm getting some big hands. Got a queen high straight in the cutoff, and I just unfortunately nobody calls. Next hand. Oh God, look at this! Look what I'm getting. I have another ace high flush in spades. Not that the spades actually are of any relevance here. What does he do? What does Oasis Nick do? Come on, raise, raise, raise. What does he do? What does he do? What does he do? Go, go, go. Oh, he folds, and I'm thinking, oh no, would you believe it? He just folds. So I've lost a bit of ground on the other table while all this excitement has been happening. And we're down to four. Down to four players now. Yanni Batshi's suddenly got a load of chips. So I was going to raise this up on the button, but when Kalamata pots it there, I have to just fold my two-card draw. Need a good two-card draw to call, one-card draw to call there, at the very least. So hotting up here, four players left. Third place, pair of kings, plenty to raise here. Notice I'm going quite small with my raises now. He instantly called, and what does Oasis Nick do? Just gets out of the way. Because I have to draw three here. Actually not picking up a lot of good hands. Decide to fold here actually. 7-4-1 I think, yeah. Could have called, I think that's close actually with 7-4-1. The fact that he bet so big, I don't know, I think that was a close one. I make the call, oh wow, it was interesting, he bet that hand, and it's just the pure odds I was getting made that a call, so this time I've got 3-8s. By the way, I'm not showing all my hands, but I did get some big pat hands in quick succession there. So now he bets, and I'm just going to raise him here. Not going to go to that size. See what he does. Well, I just put him all in. Didn't matter what I went there, as long as I got him all in. This time I'm going to be drawing. Getting rid of the queen. So I've been chipping down and chipping down. We go 1-1, and what does he do now? He bets the pot against. He's been placed. He only seems to have one bet size at the moment, which now look, I've been losing a lot of ground. Nothing here. Just haven't quite been hitting. It looks like other people have been hitting. So now I've got 5-4, so I've got a big draw here. If he raises, I'm going to re-raise. He doesn't though, so I just raise myself. And this guy, what does he do? Just calls. So one. Expect he's drawing one as well. Because my draw's so good, I'm going to just keep betting here. I'm going to go to the mat with this one. He raises, no way I can fold. Massive odds. I miss. I've got one shot now. Miss again, and that's me done. Finish in fourth place. Had a good tournament, but ooh, could have been really, really nice there. So I get about nearly $13 in prizes there. Make, just under $11 in total. That's okay, Don't mind that, but could have been something really nice. Anyway, now down to just the one tournament. This is my last tournament now. Jacks, aces, okay. In the lead, somehow, 13 players left. This Cian has come back a bit, but he's playing some weird stuff where he'd be betting after the draw with things that aren't very good. So I made a note about that. Not that it's really going to help me now. I'm not going to be playing anymore. Just can't help myself making notes. So, nothing here. Just got to keep folding. And here's see what's going on here. See, I'm in the lead, but not by much. $5 something in bounty, so I've actually done all right getting bounties now. I had some big, big hands. That's really helped me. Okay, just and again, if he bets, I'm going to be calling here unless he like shoves or something. He actually did go much bigger this time. He went almost the size of the pot. So this time I do fold. I feel that if he was betting, doing a silly thing, betting a weaker hand, he would have actually um, not gone as big. But I don't know whether that read was correct. Decide to raise this. Got oh wow. Now I fold, which could be a bit weak. Could be a bit tight, but it felt to me like he was slow playing something. This time, got a monster, absolute monster, on the button, right? He just makes the call. How many? One for me. Doing the same thing again, drawing one to my trips. I go and raise this clearly. I don't think he's got anything very good. I was thinking he might try to pick off a bluff from me there, but now this is good. I remember things getting a little bit awkward here. I raised this flush draw on the button, which I think is a good thing to do. Um, I think he makes the calls. He's playing a lot of hands, this guy. Loads of hands. Draws three, I draw one. Decide to bluff here. Probably not a good thing against him to do. He makes the call. He's only got a pair of nines. That's a bugger, isn't it? I get another flush draw on the very next hand. Some in the cut-off. Ace-high flush draw again. I raise it up. We're going to do the same thing here. Bluff if I miss. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I do miss. And he draws one. I don't try and bluff it this time. I'm down to 12 now. And he bets half the pot and I fold. Ugh. Losing a little bit of chippage here now. Nothing here. $7. My God. This is that's why I wanted this to be my last ever session, because I can't afford 7 hours. I just can't be doing that. Got up fairly early yesterday morning to start playing. It just went on and on and on. Not that that's a problem, but when you oh, look at this one though. Hoo, 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 hoo. Got jacks full of queens. Decided to bet half the pot. See what he does here. Oh, he goes all in. Well, I can't call fast enough. He's wow. I mean, I thought sometimes he's going to have a better boat than that, but that was crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. I mean, oh, hang on. Do I change my mind here? From memory, I think I changed my mind. I'm going to pat this. I think I decide to actually open this and pat it, because it's always fun to pat stuff, but you actually don't have anything. Um, but I didn't get the opportunity to pat it, because look at this. It's been a good little tournament. Do you see my little, go back a little bit just to see my graph, graph, and yeah, just went along quite a nicely, sort of in a holding pattern there. I remember having about 8,000 for a long time, then gradually kept chipping up. Then I had this sort of meteoric rise and a meteoric fall too, and then I bounced back again. So ups and downs there. But in the lead at the moment, actually I'm in a clear lead. Look at this, I've got nearly twice as many chips as anybody else. Very, very strong position. $7.50 in bounties. I'm thinking, crikey. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I just need to, I mean, if I can run as well as I've been doing, hitting some big, big hands at the right times, then, certainly winning it is in my range. 11 players left at the moment. Um, 5 on my table, 6 on the other, obviously. Oh, goes all in. Gets the call. He had a too small pair, and your hand wasn't much better. Wow, look how many chips he's got now. Should we go down to 10 now? 10 players. Ooh, and I've got 3 jacks. Isn't that just amazing? So I have to get a little bit of money in here. What does he do? He folds, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? 58,000. Now I have a flush draw and I have a pair of kings. What do I want to do? Should I actually raise this? No, I just decided to call. Unfortunately, I miss. If anyone bets, I'm just going to fold. Let's see what happens. Decide to make the call. Oh, he's got 3 queens. He had a monster. Probably shouldn't have made that call, but just I saw what he had. Crikey. Queens on the button. Obviously, I'm only playing the more interesting hands, so I just fold here. Very quick fold. Pair of jacks here. It's good enough. Got some blockers too, so better pairs. And again, I get 3-bet off my hand by this guy, Antonio. Pair of aces this time. I thought I was going to fold there. Crikey, that would have been terrible. Not in the lead anymore. I've been losing some chips. I'm being 3-bet off my hand. And again, it's happened once again. So 3 times had a pair and I've just folded. So 3 times in quick succession. He's a pat, would you believe it? Crikey. He goes and bets, and he gets called by, wow. I mean, you don't want to be calling there with just aces up. God, he just, what a bluff catch attempt that was, and completely failed. I think I want something better than aces up to call there. I don't know, but I don't think I'm calling with aces up there for your whole stack. Gosh. So yeah, I've been losing stackage. Mm. Absolutely nothing here. I think from memory I go through a period of not actually getting a lot of hands. I shouldn't complain too much. So I'm back on the downward slope once again. Nothing here, not in this game anyway. It'd be very nice hand to have actually in a deuce to 7 single draw in the cutoff. Very clear raise from that position. Sort of tracing my run. Pair of aces there. Okay. And nothing here either. Again, 9-7 draw the other game. Phantasma's been actually fairly aggressive, I think. Folds his button that time. And get a welcome walk with my complete pile of poo. Yeah, got 2 pair. Really bad 2 pair though. I think I make the call here because only min raised. Don't love this though, but he will have some big pairs sometimes. So miss. What does Phantasma do? Draws 2. Ooh. It's been a tricky spot here. He bets any sort of size, I'm going to fold. I think. That's what I would do. Bet's pretty small though. I think I make the call here actually. He's got a much better. So he must have obviously run into that. That 2 pair. He didn't start off with it clearly because he drew 2. So I've got aces on the button. So I'm going way down the leaderboard now. 5th place out of 9. I was first out of 10, wasn't I? So yeah. Nothing here for this game. I'm getting some good hands for the other game now. Did actually play that game earlier in the day. Didn't quite go according to plan. I made a decent enough start, and then it just um, sort of ran away from me. I think I made a. That's right. I ended up getting all my chips in with a draw at one point, which this guy had been shoving so many times. This time he had a pat 10 though, so it was a close decision. I think it was probably okay what I did there. Just missed, and that's all right. Um, did play another 5 card draw tournament in the morning as well, and that started off quite nicely, and then just I crashed and burned. It was a real case of that. I think it was 3 hands that I got, or 2 big hands where I just had trips and ended up losing. So see how much I'm losing here. 8 to go. 8 players left. 2 to go before we get to the final table. Somebody with a pretty small stack. So I want to make sure I do make the final table. So a couple of one with a micro stack and one with about half of what I've got. So I don't really want to bust out before those 2 people if you can possibly help it. So sort of a balancing act here. But then you want to give yourself a shot of winning the whole thing too. A few minutes before the next break in the real life tournament here. Every every hour there's a break for 5 minutes, and it's got a pair of fours. I decided to fold even before Phantasma made it a min raise there. Just felt that was the way to go with that. A pair of fours is just not very good. Wow, he's pat here, crikey. Well, he doesn't bet it. Ooh, that's interesting. He didn't bet his pat hand there. Had a pet. He checked it back in position. I think that's crazy. Make the call here. 8s and 3s. Don't raise. Don't re-raise rather. 3. I draw 1. I just check this back. I win. And he had a pair of 9s. On the final table bubble now. 7 players left. Pair of 9s on the button. I just get the fold, so chipping back up again a little bit, and that's the end of this part 2, that middle part of this, and then soon I'm going to put up the very last part of the very last session, my very last day playing poker. Oh, it's kind of sad, but not really. I'm quite happy to get on with the rest of my life now. Um, so yeah, yep. Stay tuned. Come back for part 3, please. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll be back again very, very soon for the very, very last stanza of this poker experience thingy. Okay, see you soon.